they've learned how to get through games.
Well, Paris Saint-Germain will go back to the Parc des Princes with a lead they can be proud of. Mikel Arteta's side had their chances, but Luis Enrique will feel they're good for this victory, in part down to their goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma, who made remarkable stops to keep out Martinelli and Declan Rice on the night. Desiree Doué, one of the starters, but the match winner was Ousmane Dembele. David Raya saved to keep out Doué in the first half as well, Gary. A notable moment. But Bukayo Saka and co will still believe, perhaps, that they've got a chance of turning this around.
Yeah, absolutely they will, and they'll feel that they can rise to a more advanced position. Can they get the ball to Saka in more dangerous positions? They'll still believe.
Half-time in the tie, full-time in North London. Arsenal 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1.
This match was brought to you by MasterCard, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Yeah, thanks so much to Rob and to Gary in commentary there. I'm watching this with Shane Long, with Kenny and with Shay. Only halfway through, lads. What are we thinking now about that man's chances of putting off a second leg comeback? Shane, are Arsenal still in this?
I mean, yeah, they'd be happy in the end. I think with a 1-0 loss, PSG had a good few chances there. Arsenal, Donnarumma made a good few saves as well, but I think Arsenal got dominated all game today.
What do you reckon, Shay?
Look, it'll be a different game out there, but I think every team that's gone there, we've seen Liverpool go out there not so long ago. Alisson was star man. He was like Clark Kent, pulling saves for fun. I mean, Aston Villa conceded 3 out there. It's a big ask, if I'm being brutally honest. Obviously, Partey back for the second leg. Rice can play higher up. That'll be a positive for Arsenal. But again, I think PSG at home, even Man City went there this year and got absolutely ran all over out in Paris. So it's a big ask for me for Arsenal to turn this around. Not a massive, that's only 1 goal, don't get me wrong, Owen, but I still think PSG, just look at their celebrations. They don't think it's done yet, but it's a really positive result.
Yeah,
for
not
them.
far off it. They look happy enough,
yeah.
Considering it's only half-time in the tie, Kenny.
Oh, well, they should be happy because they're clear favourites now. Before this game, I think it was difficult to split the two teams, but that's clear advantage now to PSG. Very kind of tense game. I thought it wasn't maybe the highest quality at times. I think Arsenal had their moments. There was a 10-15 minute period before half-time. They were in the ascendancy, fashioned a couple of opportunities. Martinelli in particular, huge moment. The Trossard chance for me, second half. That man came up an outstanding save. He was probably pivotal on the night, Donnarumma. But Odegaard, not enough contribution from him. Declan Rice, I thought, was excellent. Kind of drove the team as best he could in that role, which he had to play this evening. But Arsenal weren't at their best tonight in terms of their passing game, their football. And not enough precision with their passing. Just felt a little bit tense, lacking in confidence, and I'd have to say it feels as if there's a weakness in the centre of that defence. You can't get away from it. Kivior, we're talking about Partey coming back from the second leg, but they're not going to get Gabriel back from the second leg, and that's going to be a big issue for them.
Did you expect more from Arsenal today, Shane?
I did, yeah. I mean, PSG had a good game plan. They kind of doubled up whenever they could on Saka, kept him quiet. And they played football. They weren't afraid to play. Like Kenny said before the game, they broke forward, fullbacks went forward, they caused Arsenal a lot of problems, and yeah, Arsenal just had no answer tonight.
We saw the fans filing out of the stadium there. It wasn't quite the occasion that we were expecting it to be, was it? We were talking about Arteta telling the fans to bring their boots, bring the shirts, bring the noise. Yeah. And you could even see the players trying to G them up a lot of the time. But Gary said in commentary there, maybe concentrate on doing your job on the pitch.
Yeah, Gary's got a point. It's a bit of both, isn't it? You know, if they perform at a high level on the pitch and creating loads of chances, the fans naturally would be up. But a few times Arteta as well was actually screaming at the crowd, trying to get them up, because you really, when you're in the big semi-final, the Champions League is a huge game. You would expect that, you know, you've seen the Paris Saint-Germain fans, they were singing the whole way through, weren't they? But I just think that how well PSG played, the fans are, you can see one of the ladies at the end there, she was a bit in shock, you know, hands you know, in their head, thinking, no, their chance could be gone. It's definitely not gone, don't get me wrong, but the atmosphere was a bit quiet, and I think that's probably because of the performance of PSG as much as anything.
I think the atmosphere was quiet because Arsenal never managed to get any period of real sustained pressure on the PSG team. You talk about the Aston Villa game, but Aston Villa had them by the throat for about 15 minutes second half and didn't let them out of their half and just kind of pounded PSG, and they almost went under. Never got a sense of it. They had their moments second half. Arsenal talk about the Trossard chance. Saka had 1 or 2 moments as well.
Martinelli at the end of the first half as well.
Yeah, but no periods. No 15-20 minute period where they penned them in, cross, come into the box where the crowd could get behind. Never got a sense of that. Plenty of fouls in the game. Kind of game was broken up a little bit, kind of fragmented. I think that suited PSG as well.
Are we in danger of bigging PSG's performance up too much? Maybe not the most spectacular one they've put in. We've seen a couple of great ones against Liverpool and Villa. Were you impressed with what you saw from them?
Yeah, I think the fans were in shock. I think, like most of us were, of how dominant PSG were. I think everybody was expecting like a really open game, a really exciting game, and I thought PSG just really controlled that game. So, yeah, it was. It's going to be a big ask for Arsenal.
Big ask, but it is only one goal. Paris Saint-Germain missed a couple of late chances. Arsenal need to get their shooting boots on for the second leg, which we'll have live next week.